go.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffco. We'll be with you for the next hour. As always, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We'll make some preseason, post-spring predictions.
All righty.
It's that time of year, so we'll go ahead and lay a baseline down.
I think I'm probably supposed to have this.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll be a little better. We'll lay down a baseline, and we'll come back and revisit these, obviously, after, right before the season begins, and see, if we feel any differently than we do today.
May feel differently.
I would imagine so. Usually do, because a lot can happen. Nowadays, with the transfer portal, a lot of, who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be closed up soon. I think I don't know if there's any transfer portal stuff this year left that's going to move the needle for me.
Think so?
You know what I mean? I think the big ones we've already seen.
Yeah. Injuries can happen.
Yes.
Never know.
Yes.
Those things. But it's always a lot of fun, little to at least go ahead and start looking at the season, because it's kind of a slow time right now. But nonetheless, love to hear from you. If you'd like to give us your picks and tell us how you feel about it. Who do you think's going to end up playing for the SEC title this year? We'd love to hear those. So we'll do that. And but first, Auburn, right now, the men's golf team playing in Sea Island in Georgia.
Pretty place.
Yeah, very. I think my brother and my sister and brother-in-law spent their honeymoon, I believe.
There you
go. Went there. So, yeah, lovely. But that SEC title, SEC championship going on right now there. So I'll check in with that a little bit and see if I can't. Auburn came out of the gate, the defending champion, by the way, and was blistering it. They were 8 under, I believe, leading the pack, I think, by about 4 strokes. Now, that they teed off early this morning, but Auburn number 2 in the country. So, like I said, they are the defending champion, but it is a heavily – look, like in every sport, winning the SEC title, probably more difficult than winning the national title.
Yeah.
Just because you got so many really, really good teams. So I'll check in with that. Last night, Auburn takes down Georgia Tech in a pitching duel. I don't know as I've seen too many college baseball games over the last maybe ever that ended 1-0.
Yeah.
But you get a 1-0 game last night as Auburn scores in the second inning. And you know how they scored? On a walk.
Ah, there we go.
A bases-loaded walk by Cooper McMurray, and Auburn plates a run in the second, I believe. Ends up
still an RBI.
That. Still an RBI, for sure. But the freshman – how about the freshman Christian Chatterton goes 4 innings, has got a no-hitter going, and gets pulled.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now he did walk 3 guys, but 6 strikeouts, no hits through 4 innings.
Yeah,
and he gives away to the senior John Armstrong. If I was Chatterton, I'd be lobbying. Yeah,
Coach.
Let me just see how this plays out here. But anyway, Butch pulls him, and
you ever seen you've seen For Love of the Game, right?
I have.
So it's like that scene when the manager comes out and he's going to pull Kevin Costner's character. And,
right.
He said, "Well, what do you want me to do?" He's like, "I want you to give me a pat on the butt and walk back to the dugout."
Yeah. But I guess every manager's got the decisions that they make. But anyway, Auburn will take on Mississippi State this weekend at Plainsman Park, coming off a tough sweep from the number one team in the country, Texas, out there in Austin last week. Auburn was, right there in the first two games. The third game got away from them. It was kind of ugly. But softball tonight, Auburn traveling down to Mobile to take on South Alabama. They are coming off a sweep, again getting swept in Knoxville by Tennessee, who is one of the top teams in the country. So Auburn looking to bounce back from that. They would be nice to get a win tonight. It's very achievable. South Alabama 17-27 on the year. That one on ESPN Plus. So unless you subscribe to that, I don't know if you'll be able to watch it. But nonetheless. All right, we'll just go ahead and again and dive into this.
Yeah.
You've been looking at it. You've been thinking about it.
I have.
Going back to last year. Now, when we talk about this, and usually when we start thinking about it, the first thing we kind of look at and say, well, and I think you like to say this, it comes down to scheduling.
Well, I think for me, I kind of, if I'm going to make picks, right, I sort of list the teams by how good I think they are, right?
All right.
And then I look at the schedule because it matters, right?
Sure.
If your better opponents are all on the road, it's a heck of a lot tougher than if your weaker opponents are on the road, right?
And basically, I think it's the same schedule from last year. You just kind of reverse the home and away.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's
So, because
like that.
think about Florida, how difficult their schedule was last year.
Their schedule's still a bear.
It's going to be tough. And they got to go to Miami this year instead of Miami come to them. So.
Yeah. Although I think Florida's in a much better position now than they were at this time last year. Didn't know who their quarterback was going to be. I think Napier seems to have settled the water a little bit.
Right.
And to give them a chance to get off to a better start and and have a decent season.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, as just a refresher, of course, I think everybody remembers, but Texas and Georgia ended up obviously playing in the SEC title game last year, finishing 1-2 in the regular season. Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, A&M, Ole Miss, that's 1-8. Missouri, Florida, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, Auburn finished 14th, 5-7, 2-6 in the league. Kentucky and Mississippi State rounded things out.
Here is the interesting thing. You had 9 teams that finished between 4-4 and 6-2. And I think it's going to be
a lot of
same.
mediocrity.
I don't think that's mediocrity. I mean, hell, I think 5-3 in the SEC last year was a good year.
Good for overall, but in the SEC,
I mean, it puts you in the middle.
You're
of the
in
pack,
the middle of the pack. Yeah.
But I don't think they're mediocre teams. I think they're good teams.
Sure.
If you're going 5-3 in the league, now some of those chalk up to disappointments, right? Alabama's 5-3 with losses to Vandy and Oklahoma.
Right.
Not the same as, say, a South Carolina at 5-3, right? It's different. But I think this year, like when I started grouping them, right? Who do I have in the top tier, in the second tier, in the third tier? When you get to that third tier, when I got to the third tier, I had 7 teams that were basically even. So then I just had to go to the schedule and go, okay.
Yeah. Who's got the home
Who's
games?
got the easiest road? Who's got,
That's a good point. All right, let's just start it out. We just we'll round out this segment and come back. But who's in the basement?
So we're starting in the basement?
Yeah, why not?
It's got to be Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the answer in this NIL transfer portal era is for Mississippi State. They obviously don't have an NIL budget that is meaningful. You know, put together what you can in NIL, do the Vandy thing, and pull in some D2 guys, pull in some group of 5 guys, and see what you can make happen there. But it's going to be very tough for Mississippi State to climb out of that basement for a little while, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they were, they lost their quarterback midway through the season last year. That didn't help matters. I think he's going to be back, the starter. I don't know if I don't see that making a difference. I have them last as well because they did not win an SEC game last year. 0-8, and I'm not sure even though they were close in a lot of those games.
Yeah.
So we will leave them there and ponder who will climb out of the basement at 15 when we come back. Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Here they come. Truckloads of fresh inventory to Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Choose from a huge selection of full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV known for its safety, technology, and performance, is discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy. No payments until July. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Checking Auburn, phenomenal, having a great day at Sea Island. They are 18 under. I think they're maybe still out on the course on the 17th, at least part of the group, but 18 under, leading the SEC championship right now.
Must be playing from the front tees.
Yeah. They may be playing from the ladies' tees. My goodness. Texas A&M is second with 9 under right now. So Texas A&M's 9 under. LSU is 9 under. Both of them, like I think maybe 14 on the 14th hole, 16th hole, somewhere around in there. So Oklahoma 6 under, Georgia 5 under, South Carolina 5, Florida 5, Alabama 4 under, Mississippi State 1 under. That is it as far as being in the red today. Ole Miss, the number 2 team, or I think number 1 team in the country. Ole Miss is even. Auburn 18 under, so having a tremendous day in day one of the SEC championship. That'll certainly, hopefully that will continue, and they will be able to stay hot and defend that SEC title from a year ago. Okay, we are brought to you each and every day by, of course, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big, no job's too small, commercial or residential. For all your needs, give them a call today. Sensagreen, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's cool and clean. Call Sensagreen, 334-487-3555. And Russell Do-It Center. For all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. All right, we are looking into the future and predicting, or at least laying down a baseline for our SEC football picks this upcoming season. We both have Mississippi State in the basement. I'll let you go ahead, JJ.
Number 15, the Kentucky Wildcats. I think Mark Stoops has had one foot out the door since he thought he was getting the Texas A&M job. I think he's honestly just looks like a guy that's lost all interest.
Right.
I don't see where they've done anything to really improve over the offseason, and I think it wouldn't surprise me if they took a couple of steps back and he winds up somewhere else next year. But I think Kentucky's my 15.
Yeah, I'm right there. I mean, I had Vanderbilt at 15th just because I think post Diego Pavia.
Diego Pavia is back.
Is he back again?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, what is he just going to be there forever?
Well, he got that court ruling about the junior college year.
I thought that was for last year.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I may have to reevaluate then. I probably put Kentucky there as well.
Pretty sure I'm right on that.
Okay.
The truth is, he's only 23. He's about the age of a fifth-year senior. But
He's just never going to leave, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so let's go 14 then.
14, I've got the Arkansas Razorbacks. Just don't see a lot of material to work with. I think they're going to look a lot like they looked last year, and it's just there's just not much there.
No, that's true. I mean, I like that young quarterback. He played pretty well last year, but I don't know as they've got enough around him.
Agreed.
So I actually, I've got Kentucky and Vanderbilt basically, in 14 and 15. I'm going to keep them there just because I just don't think you can continue to have much success in Nashville. At 13, I got Oklahoma right now. I know.
Yeah.
They got tough schedule.
They do have a tough schedule. And I'm going to get to Oklahoma later.
Okay.
It won't be now, and I'll give you my assessment of them.
All right.
But at 13, I have Missouri. I think they lose a really good quarterback, a really good wide receiver. I think their offense takes a step back. The schedule is manageable early in the year, but it gets tougher as it goes. And so I think Missouri could be one of those teams that winds up 3-5 in the league, something like that.
I'm gonna keep Missouri ahead of that because I think Drinkwitz is a better coach than Venables.
I don't disagree with you on that.
Okay. I got Arkansas at 12.
Okay.
You
already know what I think of Arkansas. Not much.
Not much.
At 12, I have Vanderbilt. Pavia's back. Like what they did last year. I think Clark Lee calling the defense helped out a great deal.
He did.
He turned over the offense to somebody. They have a plan, right? They have a way to beat you. Now, is it the most exciting brand of football in the world? No. But if it wins games, it's like a basketball team that's running the old four corners, right? I mean, but it is what it is, and it works for them. And I looked at the schedule, and it's not crazy bad. And, and I think Vandy, especially if Vandy gets an early win in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech, get some momentum going. Now I think you can see Vandy. That's, like I said, about where I have them, about 12.
Nobody saw that win coming, right?
Which one?
The ones I year against Virginia Tech.
I don't think so.
So that one did get them off to a really good start and kind of opened everybody's eyes to whoa.
Yeah.
And
look, I think what Vandy's done is what Mississippi State's going to have to do, right? You're going to have to go out, find some lower level guys that have potential or can play, but maybe they're a little undersized or that sort of thing, and bring them in and build it year after year. So,
all right, number 11.
Yeah, number 11, I have the Oklahoma Sooners.
Okay.
And I'll give you my quick rundown. I like Venables calling the defense. I like the fact that he's brought in an offensive guy, and I like the fact that he brought in Mateer. I think it gives him a chance to be better than last year. I don't like Brent Venables as a head coach, but here's a chance to prove me wrong. I got him at 11.
I got the Florida Gators at 11 just because their schedule is so difficult, and I'm not sure about DJ Lagway's health right now.
I did see where Napier said, I think yesterday or day before, that he would be 100% at OTAs in June.
We'll see. That's what they always say.
I don't know if they always say that.
We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some tremendous food in the Auburn and Montgomery area. Go and check them out today. The food is absolutely delicious. They got deals going on, daily lunch specials. Go and check out their website, steaksandwine.com, just the letter N, steaksandwine.com. Steve says it's no coincidence that the best teams have the largest NIL deals. Will this model ever change? Maybe copy the NFL salary cap. Otherwise, we will continue to see the same 4 teams competing for SEC championships.
Yes, you're already getting this house settlement deal where universities are going to have $20.5 million. It looks like is the number.
But that
is the cap.
Yeah.
And that so you don't have to spend that much, but that's your cap. And I think your teams in bigger conferences, your bigger teams are going to spend right up to that cap. Now the players can also get NIL deals on their own on the outside of that, endorsements of Dr. Pepper or whatever. Mm-hmm. But those things will be contractually. Because companies are going to, the companies don't like to get burned.
Right.
So those will be contractually. So, yeah, I think it will. But listen, let me ask this question. Aren't haves and have-nots, isn't that the entire history of college football?
Sure.
I mean, we've always had that, right? We've always had, it's not like Vanderbilt, 20 years ago was going to jump up and win the SEC East, So,
yeah.
I don't know that it's much. In terms of the haves and have-nots.
There's always been blue bloods. There are always going to be blue bloods.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So, all right, back to our predictions. I think we're up to number 10.
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I have the Ole Miss Rebels at 10.
Wow.
And I say that, let me say this. I like Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
I think he's a quality coach.
Very consistent
The
here
next
lately.
6 teams on my list, I have in one group as all about, throw them into a hat, they're all about even. Okay?
Right.
So these are all teams that I expect to go like 5-3. Okay?
Okay.
And I think Ole Miss, I like their quarterback they've got. I still think it's going to take him a year to really get to a level where Lane can use him like he wants to. Lane hit the transfer portal hard again. I just think schedule-wise, I mean, if you look at what they've got, they get LSU in Oxford. They got to go to Athens to play Georgia. They got to go to Norman to play Oklahoma. They get Florida at home. South Carolina is going to be a challenge even in Oxford. So I think there's 3 losses in there, and I think, and it's still, look, they could wind up 9-3, and it's still a good year at Ole Miss.
Sure.
It should be.
Well, let me borrow a line from JJ. There would nothing please me more to see LSU end up 10th in the SEC.
Not a fan of Lane Kiffin.
I got the Missouri Tigers.
Yep.
At 10. I like Drinkwitz. I like you. I think they take a step back from where they've been the last couple of years, just because maybe a different quarterback, losing some quality key pieces. All right, number 9.
Me or you?
You.
I'll go. I have Texas A&M at 9.
Okay.
I think Texas A&M is going to be pretty good, but I don't like watching this offseason. I don't know what moves they made that make me think they took steps forward. I think they're going to be pretty good, like they were last year, pretty good.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Okay. I got the Tennessee Volunteers at 9. I don't know what they got.
It was tough to lose a starting quarterback,
especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be kind of herky-jerky. I'm not sure how consistent they're going to be. So make the playoffs last year. I think they take a small step back, but not too far. All right, 8.
I have the Tennessee Volunteers.
All right.
I'm almost right there.
We're almost, yeah.
I feel the same way. I think they're a pretty good team. And to be honest, I probably have them at 3 if Nico's coming back.
Right.
Because his second year as a starter, third year in the program, I would be expecting steps forward. We know he's got a coach who can coach quarterbacks. I would be expecting a really good year out of him.
Yeah.
And that probably would put them at 3 for me. But I'm dropping them all the way to 8 because I don't know. I know they got this transfer, but quarterback matters.
Yeah.
Quarterback, head coach, defense, right? Look at those 3.
No question. At 8, I had the LSU Tigers.
You're not a fan.
I'm not. Well, I don't. I went out on a limb last year.
They may have the top returning starter.
I went out on a limb last year and they slapped me in the face. Yeah. So I don't forget that kind of thing.
Can Brian Kelly learn to have a team with a defense? That is the question.
That is the question.
I mean, best returning starting quarterback in the league, though.
That's what they claim. Anyway.
That's what I think.
Okay.
All
right. Number 7.
Number 7, I have South Carolina. Like Lenore Sellers a lot. I think they've got some good momentum. I think South Carolina is going to be a tough out.
They were playing. I mean, a lot of people felt like
I will say this
possible playoff team.
Here is my hesitation on South Carolina and my word of warning. Their offensive coordinator this year is going to be Mike Shula.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm dropping them down to 13. I got Texas A&M at 7. So
okay.
I don't know. I think they overachieved last year, but I don't know. Maybe Mike Elko's that good of a coach. We'll see. Got to take another break. We'll unveil the top 5, the top 6 when we come back right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. We are projecting ahead to the college football season 2025. Our SEC predictions, we'll just lay down a baseline, come back and revisit these a little bit later. We are up all the way to number 6. I got the Auburn Tigers coming in 6th.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that pick. I don't. I have the Florida Gators coming in at number 6.
Okay.
I like DJ Lagway. Like you said earlier, if the shoulder thing drags on into August, it probably changes things. But I saw where Napier said he'll be 100% in June for OTAs. So assuming that's the case, I think they got a chance to go 4-4 or 5-3 in the league, and and have a nice year.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5, top 5 SEC teams.
Yep.
In 2025, I got South Carolina coming in at 5.
You like them too. I had them at 7. Obviously, yeah. I like them like you do, for all the reasons we talked about. Lenore Sellers.
They are apt to make a fool out of me, but I'm
Mike Shula's the offensive coordinator.
I'm rolling with them for now. Yeah.
My number 5 is the Auburn Tigers.
Okay.
I like the way the schedule sets up, assuming there is a caveat to this. Auburn needs to get either Oklahoma and Norman or A&M in College Station. Don't have to win them both. Win one, because if they do, then I think after Georgia you got about 4 straight SEC wins coming.
All right.
And then Alabama at the end of the year is in Auburn. So, I like Auburn at 5.
How much do you trust AI, artificial intelligence?
Not enough to make football picks. But what do you
because Chat GPT was asked to predict Auburn's schedule.
Yeah.
Had Auburn going 10-2, going to the SEC title game, and losing to Georgia.
Okay.
They had them winning in, I think, College Station, but losing to Oklahoma.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. Not like I said, Chat GPT. It is funny on the roasting stuff, though. That's stuff's been all over Facebook. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I have Auburn at 5.
Okay.
Number 4, I have the LSU Tigers.
Tigers.
Look, you've got the best returning starting quarterback. You've got an offensive line that should be good.
They usually are.
They'll
have receivers.
You've got athletes on defense. Can you coach them at all?
Yeah.
That's the only question there. In fact, I had Alabama and LSU kind of dead even right there, and I gave Alabama an edge just because that game's in Tuscaloosa. So I have LSU at 4.
I've got Alabama at number 4. I think they'll be good. I don't know how good. I'm still skeptical of DeBoer. I think they'll finish about where they finished last year, but he could surprise me.
I have him at 3. So
I'm not a big believer in Ty Simpson.
It's a nice segue into there. Well, I don't know that Ty Simpson's going to be the starter. I know that Grubb said he would be if they had to play tomorrow, but they don't have to play tomorrow.
True.
There's a couple of things. I think you've seen a settling down into some level of normalcy. Alabama has not lost a scholarship player in the spring portal. 8 returning starters on defense. You're going to have a big left tackle and a couple of good offensive linemen, a good center. I think if they can find some consistent quarterback play, and I think Ryan Grubb will be a big part of that. So, yeah, I like them at 3. I don't think they're at Georgia and Texas level right now, but and for a lot of reasons. But I like them at 3, 4. I could see it either way.
Yeah, I had Ole Miss at 3.
He just keeps doing it, doesn't he?
I've been very skeptical of Kiffin, but he has proved it to me that he can be consistent, and he puts out a good product.
Did you watch his interview on the podcast with Ryan Clark the other day?
I did not.
It's really interesting. Talked about, I forgot how long, 10 years maybe. Sobriety has kind of become a thing. He said it didn't happen by accident. He's like, I need to quit drinking things. I just did.
Yeah.
He goes, and then looked up, and it's been a few years, and I haven't had a drink. And he's like, and just
my life's better. It's weird how that happened.
He thinks that's part of it. Obviously growing up and being more mature. It kind of comes with time. But
yeah.
It was an interesting
back with
podcast.
my wife. What in the world? Yeah. All right. So shockingly, we have Texas and Georgia 1 and 2. Who do you got?
Well, I asked you a very important question earlier today.
Okay.
Is this regular season standings, or does it include the SEC championship game? You said regular season only.
Well, they're going to finish. Does it matter?
It does matter.
Well, they're going to both play.
Well, are we predicting the SEC champion or the regular season standings? There's a difference.
Well, if they finish 1-2, then they'll be playing for it all, regardless who finishes 1 and who finishes 2.
Right, but they'll be playing for it all, but somebody will be the SEC champion and somebody will be number 2.
This is true.
So, anyway, since this is regular season only, I have Texas at 2 and Georgia at 1. But I think they'll play each other in Atlanta, and Texas will get the win. Texas has to go to Athens this year.
Okay.
And I think they'll get beat in Athens. But I think they'll come back in the championship game, and they'll get a measure of revenge.
Interesting. How about Texas rolling into the SEC and taking charge?
Good coach, good players. It helps.
Think Arch is the real deal?
I think Arch will be the real deal, yeah. I don't think he's going to come out and win the Heisman this year. But I think he'll be one of the better quarterbacks in the league and in the country. And by the time he starts his second year, he'll be a Heisman favorite.
I wouldn't really have a problem with seeing Georgia take a step back either. But look, I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm going to say it again. Kirby, how long you hanging on to your buddy at offensive coordinator, man? Your offense has gone backwards since he took it over, and it ain't getting better.
Keep him there.
Yeah.
Keep him there for sure. All right, well, we got to take one more break, but we'll be back with the final segment of the Auburn Blitz. Right at
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Tony says he thinks Georgia finishes 9-3. It does take a step back.
Wow.
No experience at quarterback. So
well, look, Georgia's
difficult schedule.
I was going to say they play Tennessee in Knoxville. Mm-hmm. They get Alabama at home.
Lost to Ole Miss for the first time last year. So.
On the road to Auburn.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is in Athens. Of course, the Florida game in Jacksonville. They get Texas in Athens. So it's not an easy schedule. But a lot of the harder games are falling at home. And we'll see. I'm like you. I don't know if they have a quarterback or not. I'm gonna reserve judgment on that one. I was not overly impressed by what I saw from him last year.
Right. The Braves, just quickly, 9-14 on the year, but they are 6-4 in their last 10. They're steering this big tanker in the right direction. We'll see. They are 7.5 back, though. The Mets streaking at 17-7. Who would have thought that coming out of the gate?
And Braves currently trail St. Louis 1-0, top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th, 1-0 behind. They need to come back and win that one for sure. Elder had a nice start. They need to take advantage of that. But The bats have started to heat up a little bit. Riley's hitting the ball well. Ozuna continues to hit the ball well. Verdugo is a nice little addition.
Yeah.
So we'll see what can happen with that. But nonetheless,
We didn't get
again,
into the Ronald stuff, any, but
yeah. What do you think about him publicly?
well, here's what I think, and I posted this on Twitter. This is why you don't, in professional sports, now I'm not talking about high school or college, professional sports. These are grown men. These are professionals. This is why you don't publicly handle your discipline, right? You don't do it in front of the camera.
Right.
You wait, Ronald screwed up when he made that play, just like this kid did the other day.
Kelnick hit a double off the wall, thought it was a home run, didn't run, got thrown out at second, and nothing happened. Ronald did something very similar
and then
years ago, and he was benched in the middle of the game.
In the middle of the game. This is why you don't.
Now, Bobby Cox did the same thing to Andrew Jones.
That's right.
Years and years ago.
That's right. But now you have a situation where the exact same thing happens with another player, and you don't do anything. And I think Snicker's excuse was, I didn't see it. What were you watching?
Yeah.
The rest of us were watching the game. What were you watching, Brian?
Right.
So I don't believe that he didn't see it. I think for whatever reason it didn't bother him. And but this is why you don't handle that. Here's what you do. In Ronald's situation, you finish the game, then after the game you go, hey, that play out there, and they say, you do that again, I'm going to fine you $25,000 because that's horse hockey.
Right.
And then you let the whole team know, hey, you don't take off on a fly ball, $25,000. We're going to do it every time, and it's across the board, and you let everybody know how mad you are about it, right?
Yeah.
But you do it privately. By doing it publicly, now you've set a standard where anybody does it. You've got to do the same thing. And if you don't, you're being unfair.
Yeah, it was interesting, and that Ronald, called him out on it too. So, let's say April the 23rd.
I think it's last year for Snicker, by the way.
Think so.
I do.
Retirement?
Win or lose? Yeah,
Okay.
I think he'll retire.
Yeah. Happy birthday today, Bud Wilkinson, longtime Oklahoma Sooner coach, famous. Warren
53-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Warren Spahn, Hall of Famer. Shirley Temple, the great Roy Orbison.
Oh, yeah.
Born on this day, 1936. Lee Majors.
The Bionic Man.
$6 million man.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of his greatest feats, married to Farrah Fawcett. Yeah.
It was, yes.
Tony Esposito, Hall of Fame goalie.
Gotcha.
For the
Okay.
Blackhawks. Hervé Villachez.
That was a tattoo, right?
The plane.
Yeah,
the plane.
Yeah.
How about Knick Knack from the Man with Golden Gun.
Oh, yeah.
Monsieur Scaramanga.
Yeah.
How about Joyce DeWitt? You know who Joyce DeWitt is?
I don't.
Come and knock on our door. Janet
Okay.
from Three's Company.
All right, I got you.
Speaking of 70s, early 80s comedy, Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah.
From One Day at a Time.
Also married to Eddie Van Halen.
Thank you very much.
Also currently doing quite well on the Food Network.
Is that right?
Hosting several shows on there.
Okay. George Lopez, funny guy.
Yeah.
And Andrew Jones, speak of the devil.
In terms of, since they started doing the whole mathematical computations, the mathematical computations will tell you the best defensive center fielder that ever played.
I'm saying the man is a Hall of Famer.
I don't doubt
I mean,
it.
he when you are the best center fielder in baseball for your generation,
yeah,
how can you not be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, it's still hitting, I don't know what, 400 home runs probably?
It'd be interesting to see.
He's got to get in, right?
I would think so.
Surely, at some point. He was so good in the outfield, so good.
Like I said, according to the statistics, defensively, nobody's ever played the position better.
Wow. I believe it. That's going to wrap it up for us. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.